Hello, peeps. Welcome to another episode of Lord's Mobile. And in this episode, I want to go over my account. I was trying to line up everything with my account, and I ended up gaining a little bit too much might too quickly. And what I was hoping to do was hit 200 million might on my 200th consecutive day playing. I have not missed a day of logging in since I started playing, and I am at 196 consecutive logins, and I was at 199,800 and some thousand, and I had been working on some of my heroes for Colosseum, and I had just did this one to get Hade's mark for my witch stall, and in the process of doing this one just a few minutes ago, it gave me enough might from my hero armies to push me over 200 million, which was unfortunate because I wanted to get it on camera when it happened, and I didn't realize that pushed me over, because I have some troops that are going to be done in an hour and 26 minutes, so I was going to speed those up on camera to push me over 200 million, or I have this training or this research, this weight training research, which would have gave me 158, which would have been enough to put me over 200 million also, and I could have sped this up using some of my speed ups to get that on camera, but unfortunately I didn't realize that in the combination of doing that heroes, and actually what I think pushed me over was I did some turf quests to get some stamina to be able to do those heroes, to get that one piece of equipment for my witch stall. I did some of these. I did just a handful of turf quests, and if you see, turf quests give you might, so that's what pushed me over. But so let's take a look at my account. If you look at all my buildings, of course I'm Castle 25. If you look at all my buildings, every one of my buildings is level 25. I had an even mixture of manors and infirmaries, but I just changed that up recently, so now I have, I believe I have 10 infirmaries. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 infirmaries, which gives me 402,000 beds, basically 403,000 beds. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 manors. So with having 10 infirmaries, I'm getting an additional 50% army max HP. And then with 6 manors, we're producing 75,000 gold an hour, and we're getting 12% increased army attack just from those buildings. We have 1 barracks, And then we have, of course, I'm a wood hyper. If you haven't watched my video on my wood hyper, I'm a wood hyper, so all of my resource buildings over here are all level 25. I've kept these other 3 just in case I need to make changes to how many infirmaries I have and how many manors I have. So I'll keep those. I'll keep the 1 farm, the 1 mine, and the 1 quarry, along with my lumber mills. And without putting any gear on, this is just from the buildings and the talent setup. I produce 4.2 million wood an hour, and if I switch to what wood gear I have right now, that bumps up to 4.7 million wood an hour I'm capable of producing. And of course, since I have T4, all of these buildings are all level 25. My academy, my prison, barracks, workshop, trading post, all of those are level 25. Altars level 25. But I've even made it to the point where I've been able to level up all of my familiars buildings too. So I run with 5 springs, 1 gym, and 2 spires. And this allows me to make 18 packs at a time. And I'm still at this point working towards leveling up my Aquarius. I have my oak root maxed out, which helps with my timber production. I have my Jazik maxed out, which is my vault storage, so that way I have increased vault storage. And I'm getting closer on my Aquarius. I need 9 more packs or whatever. Yeah, 9 more packs of Aquarius to be able to upgrade him. I'm already level 50, so it's just a matter of getting 80 of these, and then I can upgrade him and finish leveling him up to get his abilities maxed out. And then after this one's done, after Aquarius is done, I probably will jump up and work on maxing out my totem pest for his timber production. So these are the familiars that I've unlocked so far. I haven't done a lot of research in the familiars yet. We'll take a quick look at my familiars research. Basically what I've done, which eventually I'll get back into working on this some more, just so I can increase my timber harvest too. Because if I can get this maxed out, that bumps me up to, well, from where I'm currently at, I believe I'm at 6. No, I'm at 7. So I'm currently getting 10%. I'll get an additional 20% timber production if I can get this up to 10. But basically, that's what I've done. I did unlock pack 2, and I started on a timber harvesting 2 as far as getting it as high as I could without increasing more of these. My economy tab, most of it's maxed except for gem harvesting. I'm 7 out of 10 in gem harvesting. My defense, when I first started out, I was looking for research that was shorter, not knowing any better, so I do have some done in my defense tab. I kind of, at the point I was sort of working towards, I know I wanted to unlock the stage 3 traps, and then that's kind of all the farther I went to learn that defense, that this tree wasn't overly important, that walls really don't do much without having max research behind them. So that tree's kind of stopped. My military tree is maxed except for the T4 siege. I have not done that research yet. The only siege I use is my T3 siege. My Monster Hunt tab is maxed out all the way down to Monster Hunt 5. Upgrade defenses, I did just I did one, and that's all. I did learn that the wall isn't very much to the wall without having that max research behind it. So those trees will be the last trees that I work on. My upgrade military is alright. I haven't paid a lot of attention to it. What I've done in it is I got my field triage to 10 out of 10, my quick maneuvers 10 out of 10. Basically what I've done is I did enough to get bigger army 1 and to get a 3rd quick swap. Now, recently with my change to reducing my number of manors, I've been working on training speed, so I will likely come in here and do this training speed to bump this up by 8%. But this is a big research. Of course, I don't have research gear on right now, but this will give me 2.8 million might and take 146. Let's see what, well, we'll check that in just a second. My military command, I've been doing some work in here. So I got all of these are 10 out of 10 down to darkness invasion. And I did this so that way I can send more troops to our darkness rallies. The guild that I'm in isn't a huge guild. In fact, I'm the largest player in our guild, and I wanted to be able to run some darkness level 5s for our guild. So I did some work on my darkness research. So I got 10 out of 10 in darkness invasion, 5 out of 10 in convention, which is your travel speed for troops when joining, navigation, which is travel speed for the army. So when I lead an army, we travel a little bit faster to the darkness. And then I worked a little bit on the darkness offense and the darkness tenacity, just to try to help us be able to do those darkness level 5s. So this is what my military command looks like. This is actually pretty amazing. It reduces your transmutation time by 10%. So that's my research. So with that reduction in transmutation time, if we look at my Transmutation Lab, this is normally an 8-hour transmutation time, and it takes me 6 hours and 57 minutes to do an 8-hour transmutation. Let's switch to my research gear really quick. I just want to check this. So if we look back at this training speed, this was 146 days. So by putting on my research gear, this knocks it down to 102 days. So if we look at my gear, right now I got my research gear on, which is all gold except for my headpiece, which I have some work to do on that one. I have a gathering set, which is all gold, and I have put some gems in each one of them. They're not very high level gems, but I got the Nox jewel for army capacity. I have the Grim jewel. I use T1 archers as my gatherers, so this gives me ranged max HP, so they have a little bit more HP, which I know they're only T1, so it's not like they're gonna withstand much of anything, but then it's got the travel speed. And then I run saber jewels, which have, actually I should look, which have cav, max HP, and travel speed also. Yeah, those are the 3 jewels that I run. And that's my gathering gear. I have all of my construction gear is gold. I do not, but all my construction is done right now, unless I want to make a change to some of my buildings. But this would be my construction gear, which is all maxed out, all gold. And then this is the current war set that I use. And if we go into my workshop and look at my equipment, I do have a bumble helm that I do occasionally switch in and out of, depending on what type of darkness we're going against. Let's see, we can do, this would be my hunting gear. It'll be nice to get some more quick swap spots unlocked. But of course that doesn't give me any more strength against darkness, doesn't give me any more strength against other players or anything, so I haven't been working too much on it. So this is my hunting gear, and then I have slowly started on some familiars gear. So if we look at my familiar gear, this is what I have for familiar gear, and I just made the main hand and the offhand just recently, so I definitely need to work on upgrading those. But this is what I got for familiar gear. And then of course, like I said, my war gear. Every jewel, I believe every jewel is at least purple in my main gear that I use. But I do have the bumble helm that I swap in and out. I do also have a gargantuan belt that I swap in and out. And then I am working on my storm tacet. And then in my offhand, I also have the Eternal Codex, which I swap in and out. And then I was using Blight Ring and Fear Drum, and I'm working on my Ambrosial Cup, slowly but surely. Main focus is getting these burning scrolls to gold. Well, actually my main focus is getting all of these pieces right here to gold. got just a little bit of work left to do on the winter mitts before they're gold. I got lucky, and when opening some chests, I got two legendary festive bells back to back in opening some chests, so that was pretty cool. But that's kind of all the farther I've gotten on it. So that is my gear. I guess we'll take a look at it a little bit better, scroll through. I do need work on a little bit more work on the gems, and still keep working on the other pieces. And Colosseum, I was kind of working on Colosseum. Been working on leveling up my heroes that I use in Colosseum. I'm currently ranked 244, but I'm hoping that I can get this to go up now that I have my main heroes that I use. Rose Knight I only need one more piece, so I got to do some more hero stages because I'm not able to. I haven't made it high enough up to do 8 out of 818 yet, so I can't. All of these I've gotten through chests. The 7 that I have of this piece I've gotten through chests, so I need to do some work in hero stages, which I just did, so I was able to do this piece. So I only have one remaining on her, and Lore Weaver uses the same, these two are going to take me a little bit because she uses 2 of those pieces and Rose Knight uses 1 of them. So to get those 2 maxed, which are 2 of the heroes that I use regularly, I use Tracker and Demon Slayer regularly, and I have both of these are maxed. They have all of their gear, all of their equipment, and then I swap in and out kind of basically currently right now between Petite Devil and Witch Doll, and I just maxed out Witch Doll's equipment, so she's all maxed out. And then Petite Devil, I will work on this one soon, and this is the one that I just finished for Witch Doll, was Hade's Mark. And I had just recently unlocked 812, so I can do that one. So that'll be the next one that I work on, and this one is from the same hero that the other one is for my Lore Weaver and Rose Knight at 8 out of 18. So when I get to unlocking 818, I should be able to complete this one, which will give me max on my Petite Devil. And then I'll have max, and then hopefully max. I haven't decided if I want to do. What I'll probably do is one on Lore Weaver first, and then max my Rose Knight, and then go back to Lore Weaver. It's gonna take me a few days, probably, to get all of those. So here's all my heroes. I have 10 up to gold. Pretty happy I got Lore Weaver to gold. So right now I currently have 2 pay-to-play heroes to gold, Lore Weaver and Big Guy. The next time Berserker's in the store, I should be able to get her to max. She's at 100 out of 150. And I believe the same with Barbarian. Yeah, he's at 105 out of 150. So I'll be able to get those 2 to max. the next time they're in the store, which will be nice because currently right now I have 3 cav heroes, three gold cav heroes. So I have Lore Weaver, Rose Knight, and Child of Light as my 3 gold cav heroes. So when I send out like a cav march, I use those 3, and then Barbarian. It's Barbarian's cav. I only have 2 infantry heroes to gold, which is Demon Slayer and Big Guy. And then Berserker's infantry, so I get her to gold. That'll give me 3, and then I just got Oathkeeper up to purple for his infantry attack and infantry HP. So I'm working on his tokens to get him to gold. So that'll give me 4. My goal is to have 4 of each army type to gold. Ranged, I have Tracker, Bomb and Goblin, and Snow Queen. Incinerator is gold, but she is a siege hero, and basically I got her to gold for her timber production. So I have her to gold for her timber production, and then Rose Knight gives me timber production. And then obviously Songstress of the Sea would be my 4th hero in a march, a ranged march. And I have a ways to go on her to get her to gold yet. And then my next heroes to work on kind of after that are going to be my Dark Follower and my Witch Doll. Dark Follower gives you gold supply, gold production, research boost, and then your training speed boost. I just got him to blue recently, so Witch Doll, she gives you construction speed, research speed, and training speed. I do try to do watcher events once in a while. I am up to 29 out of 50 for watcher events. And these are kind of the lower ones. The next free to play hero that I will work on will probably be Black Crow, just because I've already gotten her up a ways. Either Black Crow or Scarlet Bolt. Scarlet Bolt would probably be a decent one to go with just for the max energy boost, and she actually is fairly decent in hero battles. She's got an ability that reduces their defense. So she's not a bad one to have up for hero stages. So that's my heroes, and that is basically my account. I think I covered everything. So what I'm working on right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to work some more on my troops. I need to up the amount of T4 I have, so that way I'm capable of sending full T4 marches of one troop type to different rallies. I can do it right now to player rallies, but I can't to darkness rallies, so I need to increase my T4 troop count, which I'll do now. We have KVK is coming up later today. And I continue working on my research. Like I said previously, I was going over research and working on getting my training speed research done, so that way it offsets the change that I did to my manors, because of course your manors give you training speed boost. So when I took off 2 manors, I lost 40% training speed boost. So that was one downside to the change that I made, but the upside was I got more HP. Let's look at, I guess I didn't look at my talents yet. So if you look at my talents, this is the primary talent that I run in, which is my research, training, timber talent, basically. So I got enough points to get all of the training speeds, and I did put some points into the leftover points into cav offense and ranged offense just to help with running darkness, so I don't have to constantly switch between talents. But this gives me max timber production and max research on this side. And then I have a gathering talent, which basically, obviously, it takes away my training speed stuff, and then it maxes out all of my gathering and gold. So actually it doesn't max out the gold, but I have max gold up here, max timber, max gathering, max gold here, max timber, max gathering, 12 out of 15 in gold production here, max timber. So this doesn't give me any research. This is strictly for gathering. So if I start a long research, I can, if I have a long research going and I have a big training going, I can throw this gathering talent on and I can go out and gather a lot of resources very quickly. And then I have my war talents, which are basically the basic war talents I use. I concentrate a lot on squad health. I have, right now I run a lot of mix. I run a mixed war set. So like I have infantry offense, cav offense, and ranged offense 3 all maxed out. My cav offense and infantry offense are both level 2 are maxed out. And then I just have the 3 out of 15 for the ranged and infantry. Once I do some more research and be able to unlock some more innate talents, then obviously I'll be able to split that out a little bit better, where I have a cav set, I have a cav talent, infantry talent, and a ranged talent, but I'm not there yet, so I just run this talent setup when I'm basically in my war spec. And I believe that is all. If you have any questions about my account, let me know in the comments. I will try to answer them. I think I got everything covered, though. I do have in my skins, obviously I have the classic, and I have 2 stars built up to Fortify the Castle, which increases my travel speed to 3.5 and my resource production rate to 3.5. And then I have the Sacred Temple, which also has 2 stars, which increases my cav attack to 3.5 and my cavalry max HP to 3.5. I will probably buy this castle. This castle is pretty cool looking, and it actually gives infantry attack and cav attack, which are the 2 troops that I try to concentrate the most on. So I will likely get this eventually, but right now I just have these 2 skins, and I primarily utilize this skin on my castle. So Thanks everybody for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions about my account and I will try to answer them. And subscribe if you want to see more content, and hit the like button if you liked what you saw. And I will talk to everybody later. See ya.